Have you ever felt that the universe is trying to talk to you? Perhaps in the form of signs, synchronicities, little whispers that appear at unexpected moments? What if I told you that these signs are a call to something greater? An invitation to rule, but in a way that you may not yet fully understand? In this video, we will explore why you, yes you, have been chosen to lead in a way that goes beyond the ordinary. By watching to the end, you'll discover how to take on this role, ruling your own life and inspiring others around you, without needing titles or material powers. Here, leadership is born from within, from your light and your vibration. Get ready to understand how the universe has prepared you for this moment, and how the energies around you are guiding you to manifest your true mission. Join us on this journey of awakening, where true authority comes from your spiritual connection, and learn how to rule with wisdom, love, and presence. Now close your eyes for a second, take a deep breath, and allow these words to resonate in your heart. You have been called, and the time is now. Have you ever had the feeling that there is something greater, something that goes beyond the limitations of everyday life? Often, what we call an awakening begins like this: an inner restlessness, a persistent intuition, a voice that whispers that life has a deeper purpose than the eye can see. This feeling is the beginning of the call, a sign that you are being invited to recognize your true essence and your mission as a chosen one. Awakening doesn't happen all at once, but in stages, in which the universe begins to communicate with you in subtle ways, through events that can't be explained by logic alone. But what does it mean to be a chosen one? We're not talking about a title of greatness that separates or elevates you from others. To be a chosen one is to take on the responsibility of being a guardian of the light, of being someone who raises the vibration around you and brings more awareness to the world. You weren't called by chance, and if you're hearing this call now, it's because your soul is ready to move forward. The true chosen one is the one who silently feels that their life has a divine mission to fulfill. Most people, when they feel this awakening, can feel lost or even confused. Why me? Is a common question. And the answer is simple. You have always had this light within you, even before you were aware of it. From the most difficult moments to the small victories, all your experiences have served to shape who you are today. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, chooses those who have passed through the fire of transformation and who have the strength to carry the torch of wisdom. At this point, you may be wondering how this call presents itself. It can come in the form of recurring dreams, synchronicities that seem to guide you in a specific direction, or even an inexplicable feeling that something is about to change in your life. Whatever the form, the important thing is to be attentive and not ignore these signs. Spiritual awakening is the key to opening the door to your true mission. The universe is preparing you, even if you don't realize it yet. Remember, this is just the beginning. Recognizing the call is the first step towards understanding your true nature as a chosen one. The journey ahead may be challenging, but it is also full of growth and enlightenment. Now that you've begun to awaken, it's time to delve deeper into what it means to truly rule. When we talk about governing, many automatically imagine political leaders, kings and queens, or figures of great material power. But spiritual responsibility goes beyond these superficial ideas of leadership. Ruling, for a chosen one, means becoming a guide, a beacon of light in a world that often finds itself in the midst of darkness. This leadership is not about controlling others, but about inspiring, protecting, and guiding with love and wisdom. It's about aligning with the flow of life and being a channel for divine energy. Governing spiritually is, first and foremost, an act of service. By accepting the call, you commit to using your inner light to help not only yourself, but also those around you. Often this means making difficult decisions, but always anchored in high principles and guided by spiritual intuition. True spiritual leadership is humble and silent. It doesn't seek external recognition, but focuses on being an example of peace, balance, and compassion. This responsibility brings with it a deep sense of duty. Unlike other forms of leadership, the spiritual ruler knows that his work is not imposed from the outside in. On the contrary, it is born from within and radiates naturally to the outside world. And with this comes the understanding that every word, every action, every thought is a seed planted in the soil of the collective consciousness. The chosen one governs through their vibrations, knowing that their energies can uplift or negatively impact the environment and the people around them. However, taking on this role doesn't mean that you should always be strong or unshakable. Spiritual responsibility includes recognizing your humanity and, at the same time, transcending the challenges of the ego. To govern spiritually is to understand that you too are in the process of growing and that learning is continuous. With each step, you strengthen your ability to lead, and the more you know yourself, the more prepared you are for this mission. So what does it really mean to govern? It means living your truth, connecting to your divine essence, and allowing that connection to transform you and the world around you. Spiritual responsibility is a deep commitment to unconditional love and wisdom. It is being an anchor of light in a world that desperately needs healing. To govern in this sense is to be at the service of life, and this begins with self-knowledge and inner alignment. Now that you recognize the call and understand the spiritual responsibility it carries, it's time to prepare for the role that has been destined for you. Being a chosen one doesn't just mean awakening, but also aligning yourself with higher energies in order to fulfill your mission fully. Preparation involves both purifying your own energy and strengthening your connection with the divine, allowing you to become a clear channel for the light and wisdom that the universe wishes to transmit through you. The first stage of this preparation is energy alignment. Governing spiritually requires your vibration to be attuned to higher frequencies. This means being aware of the thoughts, emotions, and energies you carry and transmit. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by external influences, it is easy to absorb low-vibration energies that can block the flow of light in our lives. Practices such as meditation, conscious breathing, and prayer help to maintain this alignment, balancing mind, body, and spirit. In addition, energy purification is essential. This can be done in various ways, from simple cleansing rituals, such as herbal baths or smoking, to the use of crystals and sounds that resonate with healing frequencies. Purification is like stripping away the layers of dust we have accumulated over time, allowing our light to shine more brightly. If you feel overwhelmed by negative emotions, conflicts, or tensions, these are signs that your energy is in need of purification. Remember, the clearer your energy, the more easily you will be able to govern with discernment and inner peace. Another crucial aspect of preparation is self-knowledge. Governing spiritually requires a deep understanding of who you are in essence. This includes embracing both your strengths and your shadows. The ego often tries to interfere, seeking control or external validation. But to be a true spiritual leader, you need to transcend the ego, recognize its lessons, and not allow yourself to be dominated by it. Self-investigation practices, such as therapeutic writing, or even the use of mirroring techniques, where you look deeply into your eyes and question yourself, can reveal layers of yourself that still need healing. Finally, preparation also involves practicing inner silence. The modern world is full of noise and distractions, which makes silence a real spiritual luxury. In silence, you not only find peace, but you also hear the voice of the divine more clearly. It is in the quiet space of your heart that the deepest answers emerge. Take a moment every day to disconnect from the noise outside and immerse yourself in your inner silence. In this way, you will strengthen your connection with the universe and become a spiritual leader who is increasingly present and aligned with your mission. Preparing for the role of spiritual ruler is not something that happens overnight. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery, purification, and alignment. Each step you take in this direction is a manifestation of your commitment to your mission. And the more you prepare yourself, the better able you will be to serve the world with wisdom and love, reflecting the divine light in every gesture, word, and thought. Before being able to govern any external aspect, the true spiritual leader must first learn to govern themselves. This is one of the most fundamental lessons for any chosen one. Governing oneself means mastering one's emotions, thoughts, and actions, developing a capacity for self-observation that allows one to recognize the impulses of the ego and transform them into conscious choices. This is the first step to exercising any form of leadership, because only those who have learned to be masters of themselves can truly influence and guide others with integrity. Self-government begins with the understanding that true power lies not in controlling external situations, but in how you respond to them. Life is full of challenges, and as a chosen one, you will face both moments of light and shadow. In these moments, it's easy to get carried away by anger, fear, or frustration. But the spiritual ruler understands that, even in the midst of chaos, there is a choice. To govern oneself is to be able to remain calm in the midst of the storm, knowing that control over the external world is limited, but control over one's own energy is a skill that can be developed. One of the most effective practices to help with this process is meditation. Meditating regularly strengthens your capacity for self-observation and calms the mind, allowing you to see beyond the emotions and thoughts that arise on a daily basis. It is through this practice that you begin to understand the passing nature of these impulses and learn not to react automatically to them. When the mind is at peace, you can make wiser decisions and act in line with your essence. This is the first and most important aspect of governing yourself, cultivating inner silence in order to respond to life wisely. In addition, governing yourself involves developing self-discipline. Spiritual freedom doesn't mean doing what you want all the time, but rather having the inner strength to do what is necessary, even if it is challenging. This can mean adopting healthy habits, such as taking care of your body, maintaining elevated thoughts, or dedicating time to daily spiritual practices. Self-discipline is one of the pillars of self-government, as it transforms intentions into consistent actions. Being your own leader means having the clarity to choose what is best for your growth, even when the easy way seems tempting. However, governing yourself also requires compassion. Often, when we embark on the journey of self-government, we can be hard on ourselves when we fail or fail to maintain certain standards. But the true spiritual ruler understands that learning is continuous, and that each fall brings the opportunity to rise with greater strength and wisdom. Learn to forgive yourself, to allow yourself to grow at your own pace. Governing yourself is, above all, an act of love for yourself and for the path you have chosen to walk. Self-government, therefore, is the basis of all spiritual leadership. Before trying to influence the world around you, you must commit to being the leader of your own life, conducting your energy, thoughts, and emotions with awareness and presence. It is this self-mastery that will allow you to expand your light and ultimately rule other spheres with the wisdom and compassion that only the true ruler possesses. As you begin to align with your essence and govern yourself, the universe responds in mysterious and profound ways. One of the main ways in which the universe guides the chosen ones is through synchronicities and signs. These little daily miracles are clues left along the way, helping to guide your spiritual journey and remind you that you are on the right path. However, you have to learn to see beyond the surface to pick up on the hidden messages that the universe is constantly sending you. Synchronicities are more than just coincidences. They are encounters, events, or even thoughts that happen in such a precise way that they seem to have been carefully orchestrated by a greater force. Have you ever thought about someone and shortly afterwards they called you or showed up? Or perhaps you felt you needed to follow a certain path and, surprisingly, something important happened as a result. These are examples of synchronicities, which function as the universe's way of validating your choices, confirming that you are aligned with your mission. These signs can appear in various forms, from numerical patterns, such as the famous 1111, to symbols that appear repeatedly in your daily life. Often, they come as small confirmations from the universe, suggesting that you pay more attention to what is happening around you. When you become a spiritual ruler, your sensitivity to perceiving these signs increases. This is because, as you raise your vibration and connect with inner wisdom, your connection with divine forces becomes clearer and more direct. Your intuition, for example, begins to sharpen and guide your decisions with greater precision. But for these signs to have a real impact, we need to cultivate a posture of openness and trust. Often we are so immersed in everyday concerns that we ignore or underestimate the messages that come to us. The universe is always communicating, But we need to slow down, observe, and listen with our hearts in order to pick up on the synchronicities. Governing spiritually involves precisely this ability to be present and attentive to details that others might miss. When you practice inner silence and allow yourself to truly be in the present moment, the signs become more evident, as if the universe were showing you the next step. In addition, synchronicity often guides us towards encounters with people who will play important roles in our journey. They are those souls who come into our lives unexpectedly, but who already seem to be connected to us on a deeper level. These encounters are not accidental. The universe joins paths when there is something important to be shared or learned. Governing spiritually also means being humble enough to recognize that these souls are often placed in our path to teach us important lessons or so that we can grow together. So pay attention to the signs. Trust that the universe is always guiding you, even when the path seems uncertain. Synchronicities and signs are like bright arrows, leading you in the direction of your purpose. When you begin to see these patterns and understand them as part of your spiritual awakening, the journey becomes clearer. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, always offers support to those who hear the call and decide to rule with love and awareness. The key is to be open, attentive, and willing to follow the guidance that comes from the greater forces that accompany you. Have you ever heard the expression, "Actions speak louder than words"? In spiritual leadership, this truth gains even more strength. A spiritual ruler doesn't need titles, public recognition, or great speeches to influence the world around them. In fact, the most powerful leadership is silent. It occurs through the energy you emanate, your vibrational presence. When you raise your frequency, that vibration resonates with the environment and the people around you, creating waves of transformation that often can't be seen, but are felt deeply. Every human being carries a unique energy signature. This energy is made up of your thoughts, emotions, intentions, and actions. When you choose to govern spiritually, your priority becomes keeping this vibration at a high level, aware that it impacts not only your life, but also the environment in which you find yourself. Imagine walking into a room where someone is calm, centered, and full of love. Even without speaking a word, they positively affect everyone around them. That's the power of silent leadership. This form of leadership happens when you commit to living in alignment with your spiritual truth, and this naturally influences those you come into contact with. It's not about convincing anyone or imposing your beliefs. It's about being a living example of what is possible when a person is at peace with themselves. This kind of silent influence can be seen in many of history's great spiritual masters, who, without saying much, transformed entire communities just by their presence. This is the essence of the spiritual ruler, to be a beacon of light that illuminates the path, even in the dark. And how do you cultivate this vibrational leadership? The answer lies in being present, living with intention, and taking care of your personal energy. Practices such as meditation, prayer, conscious breathing, and even the simple act of walking in nature help to keep your energy field balanced. In addition, the way you deal with life's challenges, staying centered, compassionate, and resilient, also strengthens your spiritual leadership. When you react to challenges with serenity, rather than being carried away by negative emotions, you are offering the world a practical example of how to live with heightened awareness. Another important aspect of this leadership is that it doesn't seek external approval. The silent spiritual leader is not concerned with being seen or acclaimed. Instead, he or she trusts that his or her own energy, when in tune with the higher vibrations, is already fulfilling its mission. This is a form of spiritual service that often goes unnoticed, but which is immensely powerful. The people around you may not consciously notice your influence, but they will feel the difference in how they feel when they are in your presence, more calm, inspired, and connected. Finally, silent leadership also means trusting in the process of collective transformation. By raising your own vibration, you contribute to raising the consciousness of the planet. Think of it like a magnetic field. The more people attune to high frequencies, the stronger that field becomes, attracting others to that same vibration. Don't underestimate the power of your energy. Every thought of love, every act of kindness, every moment of inner peace you experience contributes to the collective awakening of humanity. And so, even in silence, you are ruling with a powerful and transformative force. This leadership, although silent, has a profound impact on the world. It teaches us that you don't have to shout to be heard or exert control to be a ruler. On the contrary, it is by living your truth, keeping your vibration high and committing to being an example of peace, love, and awareness that you, as a chosen one, rule and transform. The power of silent spiritual leadership lies in your ability to influence the world from the inside out, allowing your presence to be a constant light wherever you go. Along the chosen one's journey, there is a moment when inner awakening and energetic alignment turn into action. This is the point at which your spiritual leadership, which was previously silent and centered on your own transformation, begins to manifest more visibly in the world. You can feel, almost like an inner call, that the time has come to act. The universe begins to move the pieces around you, creating opportunities for you to put into practice everything you have learned and integrated. This is the moment to manifest your mission. However, taking action doesn't just mean doing things impulsively or without planning. The time to act, in the spiritual context, is guided by a deep wisdom that comes from connecting with the divine. Often, this action emerges clearly after periods of introspection, meditation, or silence. When the time comes to act, you don't need to force situations. They unfold naturally, and your role is to be prepared to respond with awareness. The true spiritual ruler is the one who knows how to wait for the right time, who understands that acting at the right moment brings much more powerful results than forcing something to happen. One of the most common ways in which this action manifests itself is through service. Spiritual leadership takes shape in the world through acts of service, where you use your gifts and wisdom to help others. Whether it's offering advice, guiding someone in times of darkness, or simply being a loving and compassionate presence, your mission as a chosen one always involves serving the greater good. When you act from a place of compassion and pure intention, the universe conspires in your favor, opening doors and connecting you to people and situations that need your light. Another important aspect of manifesting your mission is the courage to take a stand. At some point, you may be called upon to defend certain truths or to be an active voice on issues that require wisdom and balance. This doesn't mean acting in an aggressive or controlling way, but rather being willing to speak up and act when your intuition tells you the time is right. Many chosen ones, when they reach this stage, feel an internal resistance. The fear of being judged or misunderstood can arise. However, remember that your mission is not about pleasing everyone, but about bringing light into the world, even when this means facing opposition. Acting also means taking responsibility for your choices and their impact. A spiritual ruler understands that every action, no matter how small, creates ripples of change in the world. Therefore, it is vital that you always act with conscious intention and an open heart. Ask yourself, is this action in alignment with my spiritual mission? Is it serving the greater good? When your actions come from this place of integrity, you not only move forward on your journey, but you also inspire others to do the same. You become a living example of how it is possible to live authentically and in tune with the greater forces. The time to act, therefore, is the moment when your spiritual mission manifests itself in a tangible way. Your actions become an extension of your inner light, and everything you have cultivated in silence now radiates out into the outside world. By aligning yourself with this call, you become a channel for transformation, allowing divine energy to flow through you and reach those who need it most. Remember that every step you take is guided, and the universe will support you as you follow your mission. The time to act has come, and the world is waiting for your light. No spiritual mission is entirely individual. Although the path of the chosen one begins as an inner journey and can often seem lonely, there is a point when the deep understanding of your mission expands and you realize that you are part of something bigger, a collective purpose. At this point, it becomes clear that your journey is intertwined with the journey of other chosen ones, souls who, like you, have awakened to the spiritual responsibility of raising the consciousness of the world. This recognition marks the beginning of a phase of union, where you connect with other spiritual rulers, and together you form a network of light and transformation. The collective purpose is a call to collaborate with other awakened souls. As you walk your path, you will notice that synchronicities and signs will guide you to cross paths with other chosen ones. These encounters are not accidental. The universe brings together those who share similar or complementary missions. Often, these people appear in your life as teachers, spiritual work partners, or even as friends who offer mutual support. The beauty of uniting with other chosen ones is that together, you can enhance each other's energy, amplifying your ability to create meaningful change in the world. This union can manifest in various ways. Some chosen ones connect to form spiritual communities, physical or virtual places where like-minded souls come together to share wisdom, exchange experiences, and, above all, grow collectively. Others come together through projects, causes, or movements that aim to bring more light into the world. The joint work between those chosen can involve anything from energy healing and protection initiatives to broader social transformation actions, always guided by principles of compassion, justice, and love. The important thing to remember is that by joining forces, you create a stronger energy field, capable of reaching and influencing many other people. This sense of collective purpose also brings a deep understanding that there is no competition between the chosen ones. Everyone is in service to the same greater plan, and each has a unique and essential role to play. When you connect with other chosen ones, it's crucial to put your ego aside and celebrate the differences and gifts that each one brings to the table. Some may be healers, others teachers, still others silent leaders, but all are equally important in the grand divine scheme. The true spiritual ruler understands that unity does not diminish their individual brilliance, but rather increases it, because the power of light multiplies when shared. Another crucial point of collective purpose is the idea of co-creation. By uniting with other chosen ones, you enter a state of co-creation with the universe, where ideas, projects, and dreams are realized on a much higher level. Through co-creation, the possibilities expand, as each soul brings its own energy, wisdom, and experience. This process allows the chosen one to reach new levels of growth and fulfillment, both on an individual and collective level. The energy of co-creation is powerful because it is rooted in unity, in the understanding that together, we can manifest much more than we could alone. Finally, collective purpose is a reminder that your mission is part of a great cosmic web, where all the threads are connected. By uniting with other chosen ones, you strengthen this web, contributing to the elevation of planetary consciousness. The universe always orchestrates these encounters at the right time, bringing into your life those who will share your vision and walk alongside you. So be open to these connections. Know that you are not alone and that together, you can manifest the light in ways that the world has yet to imagine. This is the true essence of the spiritual ruler, understanding that your power grows exponentially when in union with others who share the same mission. In the end, remember, you have been called not only to govern your own journey, but also to unite with others who walk in the same light. Together you are an unbreakable force, capable of creating a world where the vibration of love, peace, and higher consciousness can flourish. Thus, the cycle is completed, and the chosen one becomes not just a leader, but part of a great community of light that is silently transforming the planet. Now that you've come this far, I want you to remember something very important. You have been called for a greater reason. Every step of your journey, from awakening to taking action and joining other chosen ones, is part of a divine plan that the universe has laid out for you. The responsibility to govern spiritually is in your hands, and by accepting this mission, you become an agent of change, a living force that transforms the world around you with light, love, and wisdom. Your leadership is silent, but powerful. Every conscious decision, every act of compassion, every moment of presence contributes to raising the collective consciousness. You are not alone on this journey. There is a network of awakened souls who share this mission, and together, you are shaping a new future. Now, it's time to take on this responsibility with courage and clarity. So, what's next? Take a moment to reflect on how you can manifest your mission in today's world. The time is now, and every step you take towards your spiritual truth resonates throughout the universe. If this video resonated with you and you feel the call to go even deeper on this spiritual journey, subscribe to the channel now. Together, we will continue to explore the mysteries of spiritual awakening, vibrational leadership, and collective purpose. Leave a like if you felt these words touched your heart, and share your experiences in the comments. Have you noticed synchronicities in your life? Let's connect and strengthen this community of chosen ones who are ready to transform the world. Thank you for watching to the end. Your presence here is a sign that you are ready for something great. Remember, the chosen one's journey begins within, but its impact echoes throughout the universe. Let's walk together, one step of light at a time. Thank you for your light.